Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? We've been really busy over the past 2 years developing our very own women's lacrosse stick.
We are really proud of it. So stop by the shop. We would love to tell you more about it.
Good Stick Co. Come get a stick.
Pojď dál. Víš, že v Radotíně je spousta míst, kde můžeš sportovat? Stačí si vybrat. Badminton nebo plavání. Basket. Atletika. Beach volejbal. Gymnastika. Lacrosse. Akvatlon. Cyklistika. Plážový fotbal. Volejbal. Horolezení. Kuželky. Softball nebo tenis. Já už jsem si vybral. A co ty?
Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to the 2025 Aleš Hřebeský Memorial. We are in the play-in stage. Teams looking to qualify for the quarterfinals. A surprise team in the last game, Custodes of the home club of Radotín here, gets the win, and now we have the Res Dogs, the silver contender against a gold contender in the Green Gaels. I'm Stephen Stamp with Jane Lee, and this should be a fun one.
Yeah, it will be. The first of the quarterfinals.
Yeah, just move the mic a little closer to your mouth.
Is that better?
There we go. Lovely. Want to make sure we hear you.
Right, so we're fighting for that another spot in the quarterfinals here.
The first quarterfinal is going to be remarkably will be a rematch of the last two championship games. Here's Woods on the run. Nate Woods misses the net. It's going to get caught up in the back of the mesh. Goaltender Deodinage Nicholas will grab that ball, just hands it off, and here comes Andrzej Gizel, one of about 7 Czech players that the Res Dogs picked up. They came for the first time last year, and they found they were a little short on the bench, a little short and slow on the legs by the end of the tournament, having a bit of a tough time. So they wanted some fresh legs, and it has been a great combo for this team.
But a lot of returning players as well, a lot of familiar faces, so they definitely enjoyed the tournament.
Big save by Nicholas. Has a bit of an error on the change. I can't believe the player took off to the bench and on the restart. And here's a chance. Oh, Nicholas slides across, taking away the chance there from Eddie Renault. I think Renault thinks he should have had that one anyway. He had so much to shoot at. Renault gets another shot. That's going to bounce out off the roof and right into somebody's backyard.
Yep. No windows broken.
Nope, it was fine. Landed in the garden. Coming across center. Jakopoli hands it off, and they've got Vince Cree. Shovel pass out to Roger Weiss. Behind the back, just misses. It's going to be grabbed there by Will Carndiff. Sorry, by Rob Collins, the starting goaltender.
Yeah. And Roger Weiss, another really fun player to watch.
Rocket Roger, one of the hardest shooters the game of lacrosse has ever seen. I mean, it just sounds nice, Rocket Roger, but he got that nickname because of how hard he shoots. Here's a rip by Brady Kiernan, 5-hole. Gets the first goal of the game for the Gaels. Brady Kiernan makes it 1-0.
It's a good start from Res Dogs, who won their silver division. 7-0 against Saul, and then 7-6 against the local UZ Mesto. So that was a very, very close game, and they're going to really try and fight to get into the top 8 here today.
That was an unbelievable game. I was watching. I was like, I should have been calling it, but I just can't throw extra games in. I have to still have a voice on Saturday evening for the final.
We appreciate you, don't worry.
I was sitting here watching it, and Cody Laforme, unbelievable. And this is a rematch of a game last year. Here's Kiernan again, rips one just a little bit wide. And the game against the Green Gaels is probably part of why Res Dogs wanted to get more young legs, because Cody Laforme was unbelievable last year. Green Gaels were up. He scored 5 goals in that game, 4 in a row at the end, where they were so tired. He was just coming off the bench, taking a few steps and ripping. He's an incredible shooter. And then today, he got the tying goal on his offside. There's Laforme with the shot. He almost gets another one, and then he scores the winner with 5 seconds left. It was unbelievable. Yeah. Go watch that one, folks.
I think he was, Laforme was looking for Whitlow in the middle, I think, who was free for a while, but just not connected.
Whitlow will get to the bench. Here come the Gaels, moving forward. Angus Rotting. Nice athlete. Hard rip, but that's right on the chest protector, right in the middle of that dog on the Res Dog jersey. Piece of gear fell out. It looks like something came out of the knee protector, I think, of Brandon Green Stiers, out of his knee brace, because he was running fairly carefully over as he's going to put that back together. And they're going to need him or somebody to jump in, because they score a goal on the rip from the outside by Vince Cree. And Green Stiers is their face-off guy. Let's see if he's ready to go.
And again, a pretty even start, just under 5 minutes. And do you think this is going to be a close one, Sampo?
I think it will, because I mean, they played very close last year, right, with that huge comeback. The Res Dogs are playing very well. The book is the Gaels should win. It's the gold group team that has performed well. They won their way. They had to win a big game to get here.
But as you've seen today,
who knows what'll happen?
Yeah, there have been some upsets. Top of the silver groups beating the gold teams.
We're going to talk about that. That's how it's set up, so teams have that chance, and some of them taking the opportunity. That would be an over and back, but nice hustle by Luke Laskowitz to get over. They've got 10 seconds on the shot clock, lots of time to work with. Laskowitz is open at the top. They're going to go to the cutter, though. Nice chance. Elliott just couldn't quite catch the pass from Kiernan. Feels like in that last game, it's how you start a lot of the times as a silver team, because Custodes just came out and ran away from Adler. Then Adler played better, but it was too much to overcome. It's good for the Res Dogs that they've responded to that early goal. Nate Woods with the shot. He's a contender for transition player of the tournament. And Keegan Crowley we saw last game is another one. Woods loses his footing. And there's a little moment of panic. That's the kind of thing you wonder about the young players. Jakopoli, one of the young Czechs they've picked up. Do they get nervous in a big game? This is the biggest game for this team. There's Roger Weiss. He's going to rip it, and Rob Collins feels that one.
Yeah, and Collins didn't see that till quite late, but just managed to catch a piece of it, and it goes back with the Gaels.
Will Carndiff comes across. This is Jared Johnson. Well, the ball is loose. I thought Johnson had the ball. Now he's going to have the ball as they whip it down to him. Jared Johnson rips it far side, stopped. Danodage Nicholas, he looked for the outlet pass. Oh, just a little bit behind. Ferdinand Fochu couldn't get it.
Oh,
and it's going to Collins. That's a back in.
No, his feet were out. He's fully out.
Yeah.
I don't think he quite...
He thought he had his left foot still in, right?
But
so we'll start up at the top. Brady Kiernan going back to play some defense. Andy Renault as well. So a fair number of the normal forwards going back for this defensive shift. And Roger Weiss is trying to fight his way through. He and Nolan Ruddy, pair of big bodies getting at it. There's the rip from the outside by Fochu. Shovel pass here. He's left for Tomasz Bartek. Ryan Dutkus making it quite clear why he's calling that penalty. Blows the whistle, puts the hand up, blows the whistle, and counts out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pointing to each player as he does it. Ryan Dutkus. I just found out today that it's Dutkus. We've always called him Dutkus. He's from Canada, so he's always been Dutkus, but he's Lithuanian background. He's actually starting a job teaching in Lithuania. Very cool. So it's Dutkus in Lithuania, and there you go.
Some great knowledge, Stamper, as always.
That was at breakfast. Rotting with the pass. Oh, nice attempt there by Elliott. Just misses. That will be an over and back.
And they're just looking for someone to go to the ball. Someone needs to go. It's not going to come back up.
There was one play earlier in the tournament where nobody was out, and the player on the team that was going to be not getting possession was standing there saying, go ahead, blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
Right.
But it was one where it was right by the bench, so he got out very quickly. Nice job. What a great one-hand pass. Roger Weiss with the hard rip. He and Graham Bergsman, another veteran, battling for it. There's Nate Woods on him. Roger Weiss is going to be hard to get the ball away from. Makes a nice little pass over to Vincent Prohashka. He loses it, and is going to try and track down Kiernan on the run. Great pass. Nice stop. Nicholas just holds his ground against Luke Laskowitz, who is a sniper. That one's going to get loose, and the veteran Graham Bergsma will play. He's a multi-time player for the Netherlands at the Worlds. Great pass. Brady Kiernan, that's deadly, but a stop. Nicholas stays with him, and it goes off the crossbar.
Just a little bit unlucky there. He had so much composure, took loads of time, thrown a few fakes, but that post will get you.
And Brady Kiernan, a pro player, is on the roster of the Ottawa Black Bears. He's a practice squad player for the most part, on the active roster, got some games in. There's a rip by Weiss, and I know somebody from the Gaels was saying, we're kind of hoping, we're cheering for him. We want Ottawa to make the playoffs. We want him to get that chance. On the other hand, if they didn't make the playoffs in the NLL, he gets to come here.
Exactly.
Obviously, he would like to be playing in the NLL playoffs this weekend.
But at least he's here.
Yeah, here's Jared Johnson. This is a pretty nice consolation prize. What a week. It's 2 days into the tournament. We're used to being here for the E-Box and She-Box beforehand. Right. With Easter, that's moved after this. So it's a bit strange getting into the tournament so quickly, I found, into the rest of it. It's normally kind of the gradual warm-up, and then you get in. And instead of having the E-Box games that are all about experience and teams getting a chance to play, you're getting into key games the moment you get here. Here's Kiernan behind the net, going to look for a dunk. Nicholas stays right with him. That's a nice save. The youngster playing very well. He had a great tournament last year as well, but you can't just let Nate Woods run in alone on him. A breakdown defensively, and that leads to a 2-1 lead for the Gaels. It's 2-1. I was going to say 3-1 because I couldn't believe they got the score up that quickly.
Yeah.
Some nice graphics work.
Yeah, everyone here just did a great job on these streams, so thank you to everyone who's helping out. But Res Dogs there just losing a little bit of focus and resetting just a little bit too slow.
Yeah,
for Woods to take advantage of that.
Nate Woods comes rushing out. That's a good point. I don't know if I have thanked all the people, Andre Micah to start with, who makes all of this happen. And it's great. I mean, he's always been running around doing everything, but he's gotten such a great group with him. I remember back in the day when he would show up at the airport to pick you up and be driving the old borrowed van, and it's like, Andre, get somebody to do that.
Right.
There are some great people that can do that for you, and it's excellent. I mean, he has a 5-year-old now, which is hard to believe.
And a 30th anniversary for the tournament, so very long-standing.
Kiernan, what a dive. Is it good? It is! Diving finish by Brady Kiernan.
Oh, lovely finish. Yeah,
nice play. Staying out of the crease as he drives in. Great cut underneath. Now, if I was coaching against them and this was an NLL game, I'd probably be throwing the challenge flag because that foot came down pretty close to the ball getting across the line. But obviously we don't have that, and the official in perfect position, and I couldn't still tell from the replay. So I always say, if you can't tell in a couple of slow motion replays, you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the official. He's right there. Good call. It was 3-1 and a great goal. I know a lot of people say, hey, if it's that beautiful, you let it stand anyway. Kiernan now being a feeder, passes to Renault, but it gets tipped. Comes straight after Laskowitz, he scores. And now we're starting to see the Gaels maybe run away a bit. But the Res Dogs got down earlier in their earlier game. And again, they were down quite a bit to the Gaels last year. We'll see how it goes.
They definitely have what it takes to crawl back. You know, there's 80 minutes of play left in this game. And it's 4-1.
Yeah, it's not like it's a million miles. But these games, they can get away from you quickly, right? The 30 minutes, 2:15 running time, only 2 minutes stop at the end of the second.
Right, and they have 1 timeout per game. So, you know, they don't want to be using that up too early either. So they just really want to try and maintain some pace now.
The one thing I've noticed, a fair bit of standing around by the Res Dogs defenders, which is really getting them in trouble. Guys just kind of standing and reaching. And again, they're just not getting out. And Nate Woods is deadly. And that's going to cost them, and it's going to be really difficult to overcome.
And I wonder if the Gaels are looking to run the Res Dogs down a little bit. Feel like they could try and use their feet a bit more, use their speed on them, and that's kind of what we're seeing.
Yeah, Nate Woods, who's the Transition Player of the Year in the Arena Lacrosse League. And he's just spectacular playing for the Whitby Steelhawks. And he is a guy that I expect to see in the National Lacrosse League sooner rather than later. Obviously not this season. Here's McDonald on the break, coming in all alone. Nice save, Nicholas, bouncing back after giving up a few goals. Angus Rodding will run around behind the net. Lobs there to Kiernan. Thought about shooting, gets one over to Elliott, who rips it. That's going to roll down, be a breakaway chance.
And no one's stayed.
Oh, lovely finish. Jakob Holy runs onto it, and the Gaels thinking it was going to be, I think, an over and back, which it would have, but there's no play, there's no call as long as the advantage is to the team that would benefit.
Right, and I think they just didn't quite know where the ball had bounced to. They probably just assumed that it was going to bounce into the corner, that they weren't that close, but it was bang in the middle of the goal, and what a great opportunity for the Res Dogs, and they really wanted that. It's 5-2.
Yeah, and you can see 4 Gaels players heading over to the bench, and none of them, they'll get there quickly enough to let him. And the one player who's ready to come out, he's just waiting and waiting. Good idea not to go. Oh, nice try, Eddie Renault behind the back.
Kick save.
Deo Denage Nicholas. Elliott tries the one-hander. He didn't quite have the ball, though. It'll be scooped up here by Yuji Ullman. Ullman slows it down, trying to find someone to pass to. And
that's a very clear.
Yes, it's deja vu all over again.
So I didn't see that 6th player because he was hidden from our side, just right under where the box is, but he was that was a very loud 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 call from the refs.
That's halftime. It's 5-2, and it's kind of funny because that's as an official, or I know what I do, and I look and I think, how many players are out there? And you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're like, okay, there's 6 players. That's time to blow the whistle, but you want to make sure you don't want to blow it. But yeah, they were definitely there. So it's 5-2. Res Dogs again. I think the issue for them is the defense just breaking down. You can see on a lot of these plays just a little slow to get going and just not covering everyone. Right. And it's so dangerous to leave these guys all on their own. Exactly.
And, you know, defense isn't a time for you to rest. They have to be a little bit more active. But I think towards the end of that half, they were looking a little bit more. You know, they kind of woken up a little bit back, had that good goal, and then had that turnover, the pickup of that loose ball in their defensive end to bring it up. And it was just, the clock was against them at that point, otherwise they would have had another offensive set. So I think they're going to keep fighting. They're going to keep trying, crawl back. And
it's interesting, you know, the mixed sword, the double-edged sword of getting those young players, the young Czech players, gives you the energy, the speed, the deeper bench, but you also don't have the cohesiveness. They've just met when they came over, right? You don't have the cohesion, and a lot of these Gaels players have played together. It's a team that came together and, you know, comes together and is often part of teams together. These guys know each other. You can see the gel, the cohesiveness, and that's a big difference. So it'll be a power play here. They will have a face-off because it's the start of the second half. So Tyler Grandel and Brandon Green-Stiers will be out for the draw. For a number of conversations going. Let's get some lacrosse underway. Here we go. Look at Nate Wood's closing speed and how quickly he gets to that ball. Not the best pass he's ever made, but he has got possession over to Brady Kiernan. He gets to Laskowitz, and they're going to be able to set up high pressure there from Aleš Hřebeský.
I mean, they're a man down.
Oh, nice backdoor finish. Oh, it's on the backside of the mesh.
Oh.
He got me with the mom goal. Here's Hřebeský. Waiting to see who he should pass it to. Wanting to get off for a change. And that was a little bit of a deer in headlights moment because you can see he's like, who do I give it to? I don't see a really open lane. Roger Weiss is a good guy. And there's Travis Whitlow, almost breaks it through. Collins with the big stop. Bergsma has a collision with Whitlow. The ball kind of bumping ahead to Popia. Brady Kiernan, what a catch. Peter Popia, the veteran Czech player who has joined the Gaels for this tournament, gets the pass ahead, and Brady Kiernan, the athletic catch, and then the smooth finish.
And again, really pushing that transition up there from that Turner, from that save, that great save. And actually, Whitlow is so dangerous in the middle, and they've left him free on the inside a few times now, but just not managed to find that 5-hole, and then it just goes up the other end. And with this long bench, you know, when Gaels are pushing that transition, it's hard. And I mean, it was a lovely take too. Let's not take anything away from that.
Oh, it's a beauty. Brady Kiernan on fire. The 6-2 lead, of course. Goal differential means nothing now. It's win and you advance to the higher part of the bracket, lose and you drop to the lower part. So the Gaels don't have to push things here because in the round robin, sometimes we've seen sometimes the goal differential makes a difference with the ties. I mean, just talk to the Minneapolis Wheat Kings, who tied for first in their pool.
Right.
It came down to fewest penalty minutes to be a tiebreaker, I believe. Kiernan sliding into the crease, clearly not trying to go after the goalie, so they will take no issue with it.
Yeah,
Jared
it's
Johnson
slippery
helps him
out
up.
there.
Yeah, it's still a bit slick. It's not as bad as it was earlier, I don't think.
Yeah.
Ryan Wallace has been reffing with saying he feels like it's gotten a bit better. It hasn't been too bad. Like there have been times in the past where there's a lot of rain, and it could get pretty bad. This new carpet deals with it fairly well. I mean, it's wet. That pass doesn't quite connect. Penalty coming as Roger Weiss is flattened. I'm just checking who 73 is. I think that's a late addition for the Gaels. I didn't have him on my roster, so we'll pull that one up. You can hear him saying, he's holding my stick, he's holding my stick. So that's why I had to knock him to the turf to get it loose. I get the argument. I mean, okay. Oh, there we go. What a shot.
Goal from Vince Cree on that man-up power play goal. I think Gaels might have thought that the ball was going to go to Laforme behind the crease.
Yeah.
And I think they were just caught off guard.
That's a great point. Cody Laforme has been so dangerous. Roger Weiss reaching out trying to get it. It's Nate Woods. He's on the run. Got Kiernan with him. We'll go to Kiernan now. Jared Johnson flicks it down to Woods all alone. Nice save by Nicholas. Watch out for the back end, and here they go, coming up the floor. Tomasz Bartek. Cody Laforme wants the ball, beckons for it, gets it, ducks underneath, rips it, nice stop. Cody Laforme's getting a penalty for checking in the crease. He felt he was chopping down before the ball was possessed. It was close. Obviously, once a player has the ball in the crease, you can't check him. if a defensive player has the ball in their crease area.
Yeah, he just hanging out on the floor, on the bench, just ready to come over.
Won't need to, as Darren Elliott drops it sidearm and blisters the mid-to-mid. I think Cody LaForme, he still wants to have a discussion. No, he just letting them know, okay, I'm good. I'm going to the bench. He'll be the first guy off the bench. And this is where he is so dangerous, where we saw him score 5 goals last year, 4 goals right down the stretch. And that's a brilliant shot from the outside by Elliott. There's so many weapons for this Gaels team.
Yeah, so much depth. And that is a very, very obvious early move from the Res Dogs. We'll just give it back to the Gaels.
Grandel hands it off and he'll stay and play. Thought he was heading to the bench, he'll stay. Grandel, one of several players that have played for the Peterborough Timbermen. We've got some Paris River Wolves, a lot of ALL players. Eddie Renault, a River Wolf. And Eddie Renault, also part of the Brooklyn Merchants Senior B team that will be playing host to the President's Cup this year in Whitby at Whitby's Iroquois Park Sports Center. Backdoor attempt, Elliott, no good, he stepped on the crease. 9:15 to go, it's 7-3. Gaels pretty much in control of this one. Looking to book their ticket to the quarterfinals.
You don't want them to relax too soon. It's still gettable by Res Dogs, but they will have to put a shift in here. And that's going to be over and back.
Graham Bergsma hustling after that one. Nicholas rolls it into the corner. Bergsma wants to start right on top of the crease. That's not how that works. You have to get there and get it high before you get close to the crease, or you're going to go into the corner. There's Bergsma. Oh, what a nifty move. Bergsma can play anywhere on the floor and be effective. He shows the hands that have made him such a good player over the years.
And a great move, just two-phase, had the goaltender moving, and nothing he can do about that. Just great play shots. The last couple of goals from the Gaels has just been pinpoint.
The winner of this game will play Alberta Lacrosse, the Warriors, in quarterfinal number 2 tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So going to have some fascinating quarterfinals. Of course, the first quarterfinal, a rematch of the last 2 championship games, LC Custodes and the Nova Scotia Privateers. That is going to be something.
Yeah, and if you didn't watch the Custodes playing Tel Aviv earlier, then
go back and watch it.
Yeah, might be a good watch.
Oh, Nicholas, nice save. Almost looked like it snuck through on the hard shot from Laskowitz, and he'll go for the roll pass. Doesn't quite connect. Maybe Aleš Hřebeský was a little surprised by it. I don't mind that pass, a little roll. You don't see it often. There's Eddie Renault. Steps underneath. Nice pass to Jared Johnson, who almost scored a spectacular spinning backhand. And he's going to run into the player that was checking him. And it's going to be an illegal pick on Johnson, who's saying, how's that an illegal pick?
Yep.
He said, well, it's either that or a roughing call. Giselle gets it ahead, hands it off, and goes to the bench. There's Roger Weiss, down to LaForme. Nate Woods out on him. That is quite a battle. The veteran LaForme, and Woods knows how he carefully has to be, but what a blast. Vince Cree from downtown. Cree's having himself a game.
And another shot from the outside, and I still wonder whether they just aren't expecting it, because I didn't think that he was going to shoot, but he's got such a quick release and just able to find that. Oh, it was a BTB.
Behind the back. My goodness.
Yeah, they definitely didn't expect that from the outside, so I can see why they were caught off guard.
Let's put that one in the
shot.
Yeah, let's put it in the goal of the tournament candidates file. Holy cow, Vince Green, no wonder he's so fired up.
So still 4 goals down.
6 minutes to go, there's time. And remember, last year, with a handful of minutes left, the Gaels were ahead of the Res Dogs by 4 goals, by 5 goals. Oh, there's a 5th one. Brady Kieran, because Cody LaForme got those 4 goals last year. We're going to pull that one up.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. You go ahead and talk about this for a second.
Yep. But again, these big names, and lovely to watch them, come back for this tournament, as we said. And I still think that Res Dogs, whatever happens in this game, can still go far. And of course, then fighting for that 9th spot is the best they'll manage to get to if they lose this game. But, ooh, and then a big outside shot from the Res Dogs, and they managed to keep possession and still plenty of time on the clock, but that's not what they wanted. Shovels pass that didn't quite connect, and is going to go back with the Gaels here. And just a couple of unforced errors successively for Res Dogs. That's just making it a little bit easier for the Gaels and for them to relax.
Laskowitz takes that pass from Bergsma. He's going to circle around the top. There's some real physical battling getting going. That's going to be a crease violation on Brady Kiernan. No goal.
So if you were wondering watching this why there are only 4 on each side, is Res Dogs are keeping 1 player back. So of course Gaels are keeping 1 back with them.
Yeah, Cody LaForme staying up there, and he will let it rip. He scored last year. Oh, there's a chance inside. Travis Whitlow, great pass. Renault on the run. Looking at Kiernan off the bench. Nice catch. Boy, he's made some great catches today. Good defensive resilience there from Chris Blanco. Woods rips one. Nicholas makes the stop and just finds that one in time. So last year at halftime of the game between these two teams, it was 5-0 for the Green Gaels. Cody LaForme scored, then the Green Gaels get one back. So with 5 minutes and 5.5 minutes to go, it's a 6-1 game. And then in a stretch of 4 minutes, Cody LaForme scored 4 goals, and he probably took about 30 steps total off the bench to score them. And there he is on cue. Now and the thing is, he has got, you see the energy he's got. That's part of why they picked up all those players, is so that he and Roger Weiss and some of the veteran players can have that energy, not playing so many minutes earlier in the game.
And just very well worked that cross crease. And
she's a great shooter.
Yeah. And just the Gaels just took their eyes off him just for a second.
Now, again, that's one that if you're in the NLL, you throw the challenge flag, because he was in the crease, came out, and then took the first pass, which means that shouldn't have actually counted, but he was out of the crease when he got the pass, and it's tough to see. I mean, it's tough to spot when the play's elsewhere that he was in there. That's a big goal. Oh, what a response by Nicholas with the save. Absolutely stoning Angus Rodding. Res Dogs need Deonadage Nicholas to make some stops, and he is doing it, keeping them in here. Under 3 minutes, it's going to be tough to get those 4 goals, but Cody LaForme is standing with 1 foot in the player's box bench and 1 in the change box. Kiernan with the pass, gets away from Laskowitz, and LaForme's like, somebody get here. And this is exactly what he did last year. He's supposed to actually have a foot in the bench.
Right. They're usually quite tight on those here. But
yes. But the play's still backaways, right?
Yeah.
He just wants, because they were springing him like that, and they know the formula. They know what they need to do. You've also got Roger Weiss, one of the all-time great shooters in the sport. I'm not talking about it at the Hřebeský. I'm talking in the sport of lacrosse. Roger Weiss, one of the best. There's Nate Woods. That's dangerous, but the pass is too far. It's going to get down to Nicholas, who's pretty nonchalant about that. I would have maybe been reaching out to get that ball. But hey, he's obviously able to handle it, the youngster. Very calm. Whitlow with the pass across. LaForme rips, just misses. And it's almost surprising that when a shot doesn't go in from Cody LaForme. Here's Kiernan, looks around. Oh, what a poised play. Takes the shot. Might have actually wanted to just peel out with that one. Keep the clock ticking. But Roger Weiss is like, let's go, get the ball up here. Give us a chance to do something. Grabs it with one hand, hits the cutter. Nice catch, go to the net, backdoor pass. Oh, it just gets away from Matej Sukup.
Oh, that was a great opportunity, but they'll still hang on for the last 10 seconds of the shot clock, and Weiss doesn't quite make it there.
Going to be an over and back, and that's crushing. Roger Weiss can go back and play some defense. Graham Bergsma, the veteran, will just slow things down a bit.
Yeah, Weiss has decided to stay on.
What a game, a great effort by the Res Dogs. That early start by the Green Gaels got them going, and that's a beautiful twister goal by Darren Elliott.
Lovely. And Gaels here, head full of steam. No sign of relenting on these shots. And I think Nicholas got a piece of that.
Yeah, he definitely got some. Look at this beautiful twist. What a shot by Darren Elliott. Wow. So quick. It's not every day you see a twister release that quick.
Right. Ooh.
Checking from behind on Nate Woods. He says, what? He says, okay, I'll go to the box. It's fine.
Big
10
hit.
to 5. I mean,
yeah.
I get it. I mean, it is a hit on the back,
yeah.
but Greenstire's turn. Nate Woods is just going shoulder to shoulder. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and normally I don't think you're going to necessarily see that called.
Don't necessarily see that. You would see the helmet coming off either, but.
Now, I will say, when your helmet pops off, you should have your chin strap tighter.
That's what I say.
Right? Do up your chin strap, put it on properly. Roger Weiss looking to pass, shoots, knock down. Whitlow tries to grab it.
Yeah, not sure who that came off, who that deflected off, but I'm guessing not the goaltender because there's no reset, and it'll be picked up by the Gaels anyway.
Yeah, McDonald to Bergsma. There will be no magic in the final few minutes for the Res Dogs this time around, but they put up a good, solid fight. The Green Gaels, though, will advance to the quarterfinals in a dozen seconds, where they will play. Send a little while the Alberta lacrosse.
Yep.
So that is going to be interesting. Their team's pretty familiar with each other. That'll do it. The final score 10 to 5. Bergsman, the first one down there to congratulate Rob Collins. And for the Gaels, it's interesting because they had Ethan Hardwood as their goalie last year, not available this year, so they're going with Collins and Carnduff, and it's gone pretty well for them.
Yep.
But when you're switching from a guy that was kind of the backbone, you never know how it's going to work out, and they're got to be feeling more comfortable at this point.
Yeah, and a hard next game, but I'm sure they'll try and keep this momentum going through. So.
That will do it for this second play-in game here at the 2025 Aleš Hřebeský Memorial. It is the 30th Memorial, and it is looking very much like one of the best. I'm Steven Stamp with Jane Lee. We're going to be back. Our next game coming up is play-in game number 3, the London Knights and the Victoria Leprechauns. This is one a lot of people have had circled for a while. Looking forward to seeing this game. That will be in approximately 17 minutes. Make sure you come back and join us for that one.
Pojď dál. Víš, že v Radotíně je spousta míst, kde můžeš sportovat? Stačí si vybrat. Badminton nebo plavání. Basket. Atletika. Beach volejbal. Gymnastika. Lacrosse. Akvatlon. Cyklistika. Plážový fotbal. Volejbal. Horolezení. Kuželky. Softball nebo tenis. Já už jsem si vybral. A co ty?